Well, exactly 4 p.m. East African time. Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. It's my hope that your day is coming up well. I'm right here to make sure that you know what is in the world of news. And this is News Now. It's always a pleasure doing this with you. My name is Linda Alela. So much lined up for you. A comprehensive bulletin that involves what is happening around you and beyond. Let's take a look at what is there. But first, the highlights. Top on News Now. Former Treasury CS Henry Rotich and 8 others acquitted in the Aror and Kimwerer graft case.
They are hereby acquitted under Section 210 of the Criminal Procedure Code due to lack of evidence.
Also, safety experts caution Kenyans against being reckless on the roads to avert road accidents. 2-year-old girl burnt beyond recognition after their house caught fire in Kibai village, Kirinyaga County.
Tukapigiwa simu tukaambiwa mtoto amechomeka alafu kukuja.
Well, that and more on News Now. Hashtag is News Now. You can interact with us. The numbers to call running down on your screen. 22047 is the SMS short code. And the broadcast begins right away with this story. President William Ruto now says that the government will do whatever it takes to curb the runway insecurity in Lamu County. According to the head of state, decisive action will be taken against those inciting people against each other. Ruto said that terrorists were capitalizing on such divisions to advance their evil agenda and going ahead to urge Kenyans and the locals to make sure that they focus and unite towards working together.
Tumewaita nyinyi kama viongozi kwa sababu matatizo ya Lamu hayako kwa wananchi. Matatizo yako kwa viongozi. Na nyinyi kama viongozi ndio mtakaoamua kama Lamu itakuwa na usalama ama Lamu itaendelea kuwa na matatizo. Saidiane tu tutulize Lamu. Na waomba tena viongozi, please. Kuna sababu gani Mungu amewajalia nyinyi ni viongozi wa Lamu wakati huu? Please. Use the opportunity you have. Mungu amewapatia kulete amani.
The challenges we've had are around incitement and politicization of security. And we are trying our best to make sure that as we go into next year and into the future, we want to up our game.
On my own behalf and on behalf of the leadership, Your Excellency, we shall do all that is within our power to bring our people together. We have plans. We will come and share.
Now, former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich and 8 co-accused have been acquitted of corruption charges related to the 63 billion shillings in the Aror and Kimwerer dams scandal. During the trial, Judge Eunice Nyutu ruled that Rotich and his co-accused had no case to answer. The prosecution only presented about 8 witnesses out of the initially intended 49, and the evidence presented in court failed to demonstrate that the former Cabinet Secretary violated procurement laws. The acquitted individuals include David Kipchumba Kimosop, William Kipemboi Maina, Paul Kipkoech Serem, Francis Chepkongai, Kipkech, Titus Murithi, Geoffrey Mwangi, Wahungu, and Kennedy Nyakundi, as well as Jackson Kinyanjui. The court's decision marks the conclusion of the legal proceedings in connection to the alleged corruption in the dam projects.
As such, I hereby order that this ruling shall be placed before the Attorney General and the National Council of Administrative Justice with a view of sparking conversation on legal reforms on this issue. In the meantime, all the accused persons herein are hereby acquitted under Section 210 of the CPC They are hereby acquitted under Section 210 of the Criminal Procedure Code due to lack of evidence as a result of the reckless dereliction of duty by the prosecution.
All amount of lies, poison, and everything is survived. So I think the devil has been ashamed. I believe we remain permanently ashamed for those who skew this evil work.
Well, the electricity prices are expected to decrease in the coming month thanks to advancements in electricity generation by Kenyan. In an exclusive interview with TV47, the Principal Secretary for Energy, that is Alex Wachira, revealed that the country is anticipating a boost in STEM or in the process to steam power generation. This increase is projected to significantly reduce the initial acquisition cost, leading to a positive impact on power bills in the coming months. This development comes after the third nationwide power outage, which was attributed to aging infrastructure.
That will affect your power bill of this month.
Right.
When are you going to pay your power bill of this month? Next year in January.
Right.
So I can tell Kenyans to look, I can look them in the eye and tell you that your power bill in the coming month will be slightly lower because of the impact of us generating more power using hydropower as opposed to thermal production.
And that's a promise.
Yes.
And that's a promise to Kenyans who are watching right now that by next month,
there'll be a small, there'll be a reduction.
Right.
I do not want, EPRA is still doing the numbers.
Of course.
I cannot promise an exact number, but certainly we expect that there'll be a reduction of the power costs.
What would you say? Tomorrow is Thursday. Would there be a load shedding schedule? Should people start buying power banks?
I want to tell you, Kenyans, we do not have a problem of power generation. We have adequate power in the grid, more so because we have improved hydrologies in our dams. The issue is around a small region, the region between in the South Rift and in South Nyanza. That is the area that may experience some slight load shedding in very few hours in the evening, not during the day, in the evening peak hours.
Well, Kenyans will certainly be looking forward to see that come to fruition. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has affirmed that the recently unveiled assessment results for technical and vocational education and training (TVET) remain untainted by any irregularities, unlike the challenges witnessed in the release of the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education (KCPE) results. Speaking at the Kenya National School or the Kenya School of TVET in Gigiri, that is Nairobi, Machogu emphasized the Ministry of Education's commitment to ensure the integrity of national examinations, underscoring the pivotal role of the education sector in the socio-economic advancement of the nation.
We should be able to determine at what level you are among the 5 bands, and then depending on which band you find yourself in, then we are able to issue scholarships and higher loans education board loans, such that there is inclusivity and each and every Kenyan is able to access the much needed education, may they be in university or may they be in middle level colleges or TVET institutions. And above all, you also know we achieved what this country has been looking for the last 12 years, Open University of Kenya. Because, Chairman, that is a desire that we had as a country for years and years, but we thank God that we now have an open university in this country. Today, we have gathered here for a significant event, the TVET SIDAC Stakeholders Workshop and the release of the March, July 2023 Competence-Based Education and Training Assessment Results. This momentous occasion marks the
Now, over 1,500 health workers in Machakos County have undergone a comprehensive training to enhance their ability to care for teething children and prevent potential fatalities associated with teething-related issues. As a part of the training initiative, parents of teething children are advised against seeking assistance from local or traditional practitioners, emphasizing the potential risks to the safety of their children. The training program is being implemented in 9 sub-counties within Machakos County to ensure that field doctors acquire substantial knowledge in addressing teething challenges.
We had cases of children being taken to healers, I can call them healers, in the villages, where they have gum cutting leading to infections and their teeth growing abnormally. And this one has been identified in the county. These CHPs have been trained to go to the community in Machakos and ensure that they educate our people on how they can stop gum cutting to children, and also talk to those people who do the cutting of the gum to stop it. With the right information, I believe they are going to stop, and the county is determined to stop this vice.
We purpose to visit all the sub-counties in Machakos County and the other counties that do practice this particular hazardous practice that we are talking about. We have been to 5 sub-counties already, from Masinga, Matungulu, Yata, and then Kalama. Today we are in Machakos, and we aim to reach out to the rest.
And now to a rather sad story. A 2-year-old girl was burnt beyond recognition while her 4-year-old brother is fighting for his life in hospital after their house caught fire in Kibai village, Kirinyaga County. The family suspects foul play leaning towards Eson. The heart-wrenching incident unfolded when the children's mother temporarily left them unattended to in their home.
Kotero Wawira kutoka Kiamogumo, na hapa kumechomeka ni Kibaye. Mwenye mtoto amechomeka ni wa sistangu. Alikuwa na miaka 2 tu, tukapigiwa simu tukaambiwa mtoto amechomeka, alafu kukuja tukapata mmoja amepeleka hospitali, hiyo mwingine amechomeka kabisa na amechukuliwa na askari. Mama yake alikuwa ametokea kidogo tu, alikuwa amewacha kwa nyumba na hakukuwa na stima wala stove ama gas, hakukuwa na kitu kama moto.
Wambura, na tulijulishwa tukiwa nyumbani, tukaambiwa kwa kinywa gishinga kuna chomeka. Sasa tukakunja mbiu, tukapata nyumba imechomeka. Sasa watoto wamechomekea nyumba. Sasa huyo tulipata msichana wa miaka 2 ndiye alichomeka, na askari sasa wakakunja wakamchukua na akapelekwa mochari. Sasa tunataka ile uchunguzi ichukuliwe, wafuatilie ndio tuweze kunjua hiyo moto ilitokea wapi. Mama yake alikuwa ameenda na huku chini. Alikuwa amewacha kwa nyumba.
Naitwa John Mo, na vile kulifanyika mtoto mwenye alichomekea kwa moto ni kwa sister yangu kwa Jevupi, na ni pande ya Kibai. Na miaka 2. Na huyo mwingine mkubwa hakuchomeka sana.
13 minutes past the top of the hour. We now take a quick short break and we come back with more on News Now.
Should not hold out opportunities.
Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. We're back with news now and so much more still happening in the world of news as a tree planting campaign has been launched in Matungulu constituency, that is Machakos County, to mitigate the adverse impacts of climate change and restore the dwindling forest cover. The initiative, named Vandamuti, meaning adopt a tree or plant a tree, has come up with a compelling call to halt the tree cutting process and charcoal burning activities in the region. This collaborative endeavor brings together educators, local authorities and environmentalists united in their commitment to transform the sector and to ensure that the area has been planted by about 5,000 trees annually.
If you look at the area, it's so bare. You can stretch your eyes up to any limit and see the farthest you may want, because there is no tree barrier. Now that impacts so negatively on any building in the first place, such that the first activity was for the school to plant trees around, so that the trees can actually act as windbreakers to avoid the destruction of buildings.
Kama wakaanji wa hapa nafikiria tutafanya mzuri, maana tumesoma mengi kupitia kwao, na we promise in the near future nafikiria tutakuwa na eneo mzuri, maana tutapanda miti kwa wingi. Maana tulikuwa tunapanda kwa ile njia ambayo haifai ukweli. Tulikuwa tunapanda shallowly, lakini sasa tumeeleza mzuri. Kila mtu akitoka hapa anajua kama wakaanji wa hapa tutaenda tupande miti mzuri na itakuwa mzuri.
Kulikuwa na miti na hiyo jina haikuwa, lakini wanadamu wakakuwa adui ya miti. Wamekata miti yote. Kitambo kulikuwa na msitu, lakini kwa saa hii hakuna miti. Ndio maana saa hii tumeanza upanzi wa miti, ndio hii area irudi vile ilikuwa. Pia kitambo tulikuwa tunapata mvua. Kwa sababu ya kukata miti, mvua imeenda. So tunahimiza watu wapande miti, mvua irudi na eneo letu ikuwe salama.
Migori County, in collaboration with gender-based violence GBV stakeholders, has implemented intervention measures to combat GBV, aiming to safeguard the rights of women and the girls during the conclusion of the 16 days of activism against GBV. They announced the successful training of 44 paralegal officers to identify and refer GBV cases to the police. In a collaborative effort, the Catholic Medical Mission Board has taken the initiative to hire these paralegals, and of course, additionally, they have invested in training psychological counselors who will specialize in providing psychological support services to GBV survivors in the county.
Ningependa kuwasihi
Hours after a bus rolled into a ditch along the Muhoroni-Londiani highway, leaving over 30 passengers injured, road safety experts have cautioned Kenyans against being reckless on the road to avert further accidents. As the festive season kicks in, the experts, including transport consultants, experienced drivers, police, among other stakeholders, observed that the Christmas festivities come with a lot of excitement that often result in recklessness, especially among the drivers. The key road transport stakeholders have cautioned motorists to observe traffic rules while on the road, noting that careless driving and improper overtaking are the lead causes of road accidents.
I would urge all drivers to exercise extra caution. Yeah, make sure they've had enough rest. Make sure that if you're under drugs, just a simple cold can cause a road accident, because the drugs that are connected to cold will cause you to sleep. So let's be careful in terms of by the time one is seated on that seat, let him look at himself, not look at the passengers. You're also in the same vehicle. If anything, you're positioned on the right-hand side. So if there's a head-on collision or whatever, you're the first victim.
Kitu kingine inaleta ajali ni kahaya. Unakuta mtu wa kahaya ako na driving license, ni kweli driving license yake ni valid, lakini ako na ujuzi wa kutumia highway. Maybe anaendanga huku vijijini ndio anaendeshanga gari yake kwa estate, lakini kwa highway hajui kuendesha.
Well, a clarion call that we all should abide to. And Siaya Governor James Orengo has faulted the national government for undermining the devolved units through the failure to disburse funds on time. Orengo said that the delayed remittance to the counties was compromising their ability to offer timely services to Kenyans, that is countrywide. Speaking while presiding over the signing of the performance contracts with the County Executive Committee and the chairman of 3 municipalities in the county, Orengo lamented that Siaya and other counties have not received their allocations for September, October and November from the National Treasury, making it impossible to fund their budget.
One of the criteria is absorption of allocated funds. And now often it is assumed that we are getting this disbursement on time. So we are bound not to perform very well in terms of absorption, not because of your mistake, but on the basis that these disbursements from Treasury come late and completely out of time.
And we now bounce to the fields. NCBA Kenya Invitational Junior Tournament is set to take place this weekend from Friday 15th December to Sunday the 17th.